aren't we going to use the thing?
What?
Don't we use just the stream recording? Oh, yeah.
No, I usually hit record on there, so we have like a local file because it looks better than the Twitch archive pulled. Anyway, sorry if you're watching this on YouTube, you missed the cool My Hero opening thing.
You know what? No.
Yeah, just play it again.
Know it?
Whoa!
Damn.
Welcome
What an opening.
to another exciting episode. Now, before everyone freaks out, I'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, I shaved. I lost my quirk, much like Samson, who cut his hair.
You know, I didn't even
Lost his
notice.
strength.
I never even noticed.
Yeah, you didn't.
No?
Because you never look at my face.
I'm always looking at something else.
Your eyes are always trailing, Scott. You don't think I didn't notice. Also absent is Stefan. This week
Okay,
is like a little mini vacation or something.
So some people are saying that we are coming in kind of low. I was a little bit worried about that.
Told you.
You know what?
I said it looked quiet on the thing. Now everybody gets to experience us fixing it.
Everyone gets a taste. Even the YouTube audience. Good for them.
Wow. Also, I think I had, at least originally, I had the mics maxed out on the OBS. I think it's on the actual Focusrite proper that we might need to adjust that.
Is it the one on the left?
I'm not sure. I was going to touch it when you were gone just to be defiant, and I wasn't sure which one it was, so I didn't want to do it.
Just turn it up a little bit. Talk.
Okay. Well, I haven't stopped talking basically this whole time.
You know, that should be better.
All right. I'll keep a look-see in the chat and see if anyone says that got really loud. Was it too loud? Did we stay too loud? Sounds fine to me. All right. Perfect.
Cool. So, okay, cool. Stefan's not here.
Mm-hmm. So we don't have anyone who can really give us a... he's usually the animation expert of the table.
Yeah.
And there were actually a couple spots in this episode that I thought looked kind of weird, and I wanted to see what his take was. So it's kind of unfortunate this is the week he missed.
Yeah. He's not here, and everything's out of whack. We had to set up. We had to set up the camera without him. We had to set up all the sound stuff without him. It was, But yeah.
A nice reminder of how much more we need to learn about our own setups sometimes.
It's true. So Stefan's not here this week. I'm a bit echoey. Am I a bit echoey?
Might just be room ambiance. That might just be the mic picking it up.
Not much I can do about that. But yeah, Stefan's not here this week primarily because he just desperately needs a week off.
Mm-hmm.
That boy's been
we've been working him pretty hard the last couple.
Total workhorse.
Ever.
So, but he's already read the manga, so he doesn't.
Yeah,
really,
he knows what's coming.
Yeah, he's already so caught up on this. I've read it. You haven't.
I have not.
So now it's a dichotomy.
Mm.
But this episode is titled Deku versus Gentle Criminal. And in fact, it is Deku versus Gentle Criminal. That's basically the episode.
Pretty much what happens.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy because there was a part of me that, holy shit!
Whoa!
Oliver Big Six with 10,000 bits.
Thank you very
Deku
much.
going true plus ultra motherfuckers!
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So yeah, in this episode, one of the first things we actually see is Tech Girl has some new gloves.
Yeah, has some new gauntlets for.
Which
well, you're actually already skipping ahead not quite a bit, but some stuff. So, our Class 1A is practicing in the gym. Using it, and they need to be out of there by 9 p.m. Apparently, that's the hard cutoff curfew for these kids. And what's his name? Hound Dog. Busts in saying it's past 9. Get the F out.
Yeah.
Because it's the night before the festival begins. We've kind of time jumped a little bit.
Oh yeah. No.
Last episode was a month away. We are now the night prior.
Yeah. By the way, so Aries gotten some time to like chill out with normal people, so that's good.
She's begun feeling more and more kind of at ease around other people and feeling more acclimated to humans. And everyone's all nervous, getting all amped up for the exciting next day, and they were unable to sleep. So
and I like that Deku. He's got the moves down, but he's got no confidence.
Still kind of stiff. But during their rehearsal, they messed up the rope from which Aoyama will be dangling.
Right.
So Deku makes a note of it. They say they're going to get Yagirosa to make it, but it's brought up that she's already asleep. We can't keep using her like a tool. To which Kaminari
is like, you use me as I charge you all the damn time.
Come on! I charge all your phones!
I think fucking in the manga, if I remember correctly, fucking God, some fucking little
Mineta
makes some men's rights.
He did in the anime too, sort of. He just goes, I guess this is what it's like for men to be persecuted or something like that.
And so they need more rope.
Deku says, don't worry, I know most stores open at 9 and our performance is at 10 and that wouldn't give me enough time, but there's a little known shop near UA that opens at 8, so I can get there tomorrow morning and we'll have plenty of time.
That sells rope.
Yes.
Apparently. Which actually, so interestingly, I thought to myself initially when I watched that, like, why in the world would just this little store, this little convenience-looking store, sell rope? And then I remembered that in Japan, they actually sell rope in a lot of places because they use rope to tie up trash bags and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It's actually more commonly sold.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. I guess I wouldn't. If you told me to go out and buy rope right now, I don't know exactly where I'd go first.
Home Depot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's. Didn't Deku call it Is it a hardware store? It might actually just be a hardware store. That's true. It could have been it. To be honest, it just kind of looked like a.
It did look like a convenience store.
Yeah.
But we have seen this store before because it is right next to the little hidden cafe.
The Kisaten.
That Gentle plans to visit.
And it's. I like the setup here.
Yeah, that was really good because I had no idea based on the preview of this episode from last week. And they're like, Deku bumps into Gentle. I'm like, why would he go to this weird cafe? What would Deku have to do there? The hardware store angle made a little bit more sense. Also, I found it was a little strange, just the wording for it. Aoyama, when he says, when he talks about how we frayed the rope, he's like, it's a symbol of our friendship. We put that rope through some work. Like, that's a weird thing to say, but all right.
I like it, though.
No, yeah, it's sweet.
Because it's Aoyama saying, hey, we did this together. Yeah. There's physical proof that we are working together.
We tried hard, and our equipment talks about it.
Yep. Aoyama is a good boy. Aoyama's a good, sparkly boy.
But now, Tech Girl shows up. Next morning, Deku is training with All Might.
Yes, it is early morning. He's getting his Air Force down, and he's doing the flicky flicks. And then out pops Hatsume, dirty as the day she'll die.
Yes.
And it's kind of funny because you just know, like, I love her line about, like, after this I'm gonna sleep 36 hours, and she says it with the sort of conviction that you say something that's happened before.
She's used to this process.
Yeah.
And she, like, even throws in, she's like, here, I made these gloves for you. They do what you ask. Also, I already designed them to go along with your costume. A good designer will get it right the first time. It's like, damn.
And not to mention, like, the last thing she says, here's the instruction manual. And then, like, I like the instruction manual is just good enough to, like, be functional. It is 3 pieces of paper with a fucking
flick finger, use force, get results.
Yeah, I love that. I love her whole setup. And yeah, so she sets him up. She's ready to go.
All Might's all excited because he's like, man, back in my day, they had to make these things huge to deal with even
30% of my power. Yeah,
now they can make it so compact.
Yeah, which is really cool. Like, it shows you that, hey, sooner or later, technology is going to start catching up with quirks.
And this girl's probably very good at her job.
Yes. I think part of it, her quirk has to do with technology, right?
No, her quirk is the zoom eyes. Her eyes she has, like, basically sniper eyes. And, like, at least I'm pretty sure she said that was her quirk. And then she was just way into tech stuff since her power wasn't exactly a hero action-y quirk, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it's pretty good for technology.
Oh, yeah, she could probably use it to zoom in, like, probably like a microscopic level of just being like, all right, I can magnify everything.
But then ultimately, that does play to my point that her quirk does play into her ability to create. Yeah. And so, do I need to break? Wait, what? Oh, God. No, I mean, yes. I mean, do as you will.
Yeah.
Something in the chat. Sorry, guys. Oh, by the way, let's.
Hey.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be on there the entire time.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I always feel like we're hiding copyrighted footage when we have that border around it, like we're watching an anime episode on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I actually really, I like shit like this.
No, I like the look of it. It's just when it's there the whole time.
Also, I got Gentle down there.
Yeah, no. Dabbing on us.
This damn stream was almost late because I had to make this whole stupid layout. Also, completely screwed up with the episode numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last episode was 20, and I put it down as 19, and I've just been... Okay, here's the ball, and here's me over here. I am not on the ball, okay? I am not on it. The ball's, like, in the other room right now.
I thought you were going with a dropping the ball.
No. I mean, did I ever have the ball to drop?
Fair enough. Maybe not.
But yeah.
Episode 1 was probably right.
Fucker. So this episode, like the first kind of half of it, actually, you're like, okay, so where are you going with this, mate? And then finally, Deku goes to get the rope, and Gentle has had his golden tips Imperial.
Yes.
And he's walking out wearing a fucking trench coat and a goddamn medical mask. He's ready for that coronavirus.
He's protecting
ready.
himself.
And it's such a good setup. When Deku sees him leaving, what was it? Does Gentle say it out loud?
Well, what happens is Deku like almost bumps into him. He apologizes, and Gentle kind of scolds him and goes like, "You almost ruined the afterglow of my golden tips Imperial." And to which Deku goes, "Golden tips Imperial? Oh, is that a cafe? Weird." Which I loved it because this was so good, because I feel like this is the spot in anime where normally information will be given to a character, and we as the viewers go like, all right, they'll figure it out, and they're usually too dumb to piece things together for some reason. But Deku kind of catches on real quick, and I was very happy about that, because immediately upon hearing that Deku recognizes Golden Imperial as a coffee, he's like, you must have distinguished taste to recognize such a great coffee. Ba, 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 ba.
And of course, Deku's like, no, I have a friend. I got a friend, and she's really into it, and then things start to click into place.
For both of them at the same time, and there's just like a lot of internal monologuing of both of them going like, oh shit, he's from UA. And Deku be like, oh shit,
you're the guy in those fucking videos who drinks the tea!
And he said that like Golden Imperial was like for his biggest job yet or something in his last video. He's like, why would he be here? Oh no, this is what he's probably planning. It's just both of them basically back and forth, and just like, he's figured me out. It's too late now. There's no way to back out of this anymore.
And I love how fucking La Brava has the fucking naivety, the fucking sycophancy. She's enough of a sycophant that her response to him messing up was, there was nothing you could do, Gentle.
Yeah, just like,
what? Maybe just don't talk to the fucking kid. Out. Don't get caught up on this. You're on a job, my man. You're on a job. And what did you do?
Gentle very quickly tries to recover and just be like, anyway, honey, honey, let's go. And I just really like.
Oh yes, I am honey.
Yeah, I loved La Brava's. Oh yeah, that's me, honey. Anyway. But Deku very quickly pulls away the veil, which is so is this like some sort of ritual for you? Don't go to my school.
Which, telling the masked man in the trench coat, please stay away from my school. Yeah,
he's gentle.
So he basically throws away his disguise. He knows that he's out now, and of course he does the pose for the camera, which you can see here. And it's a great shot where Deku's like, "What the hell is that? Don't do that. That looks awful." It's
like, I'm going to be breaking into UA.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
And Deku's pissed.
No, yeah, like Deku is getting very angry, and we have like this. Actually, it's not yet. So never mind. I'll call back to it later.
But you can see very, very immediately that Deku is Oliver Big Six again with 10,000 bits, saying he literally spilled tea for himself. Also, Deku is hot when he's mad. I'm just going to believe that he's in college when I say this. Dude, he's got that when he has that fucking like.
All right, let's just throw this address this problem. Anime characters are drawn with adult physiques a lot of the time.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. It's like, he's a kid, he's in high school, but there are just times where they draw them like, okay, that's not what an actual child...
You could not tell me Yaoyorozu was a high school student.
Yeah, no, if you told me Yaoyorozu was a college student, I'd believe you. But that being said, what it is he looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, when he gets fucking, like, mad, he looks really cool.
Also, it was, like, really funny, but I also kind of liked the look of the all-casual outfit, but wearing those
right, with the gloves? Yeah, no, he's got this weird, like almost, it's like he's about to go full weeds, actually. But yeah, like, my point being, ultimately, to adjust that point, the characters can look cool, and if you're, like, and I don't want to get too far into that stuff, let's just say he looks really cool. And that's fair.
Yes.
Because, like, it's not like Horikoshi isn't sitting there like, I want these characters to look cool. And sometimes, honestly, cool translates to fuckable. But, you know, just be fucking conscious about it, okay? Be conscious. So, Deku is instantly angry at Gentle and is not going to let him get away. So, he's ready to fucking throw down. He's like, okay, then we're going to fucking fight. You've already shown me that you plan to do something nefarious. I'm a hero. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
And General Criminal does this cool fucking pose, and the screen ripples when he does it. And I'm like, that's really, like...
Yeah, that was real neat.
Yeah, first of all, it looked really cool. Second, that sound is really cool.
Very good sound design for his power. Also, a quick thing Deku says to note is he's like, there aren't any hero agencies anywhere near UA, so I can't expect any sort of backup here.
Oh yeah, he's like, there's no police station, there are no hero agencies, everyone's fucking gone because it's Saturday morning in this like area where like everyone's probably out doing shit or in their homes not paying attention. What do you do? So it's like, well, gonna come to blows, jumps at Gentle, only to find out that Gentle's power is actually kind of gentle when you think about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He has the elasticity ability. Elasticity ability. Which allows him to turn anything into basically rubber. Like, it becomes bouncy and malleable.
Including the air!
Which makes sense, if you think about it. Like, the air exists.
It's a thing.
Yeah, just because it's so small that we move through it and don't really recognize it, it still is there. So when he turns it into he can turn it into a trampoline in the middle of the air. Or it looks like saran wrap when Deku jumps into it. By the way, the look on Deku's face
when he's stuck in the wrap. Yeah, I almost screen capped that to just have as a weird picture of Deku's face.
Yeah, I almost used that for the. I was kind of thinking about using that.
I wouldn't have been against it.
I might need to use it for a reaction image actually. So, it's really funny, and sends Deku flying, and I like how Gentle's like, I don't like violence, and fucking
Gentle rebound.
And Gentle, and fucking, of course, La Brava is like, that wasn't very gentle. That was actually pretty violent.
Yeah, this was so violent it looks nasty.
But Deku's okay.
Yeah.
Deku's a strong boy. Deku, strong boy. And they try to get away. And, first thing is, Deku rushes him again, and...
trampoline ground.
Yeah, so basically bounces him up in the air, which means, what is he going to do in the air? He's going to have to land before he can attack again, and by then, he's probably going to lose Gentle. Except now, Deku's got boings. He's got flicks. He's got them
finger flicks.
He's got them flicky flicks. He's got the Netflix. And so, as Gentle's trying to get away, Deku thinks back like, no, this is so important. This is so damn important. I can't let him get away. Look, remember all these people who've got all these things going on. If I don't stop him, he's going to ruin it for all of them.
Yeah.
And then he thinks of Ashido and what she taught him.
How hard everyone's worked. And he starts thinking of the dance advice he was getting.
And he decides to use some of that advice to help center himself and fire away. And, fucking nails Gentle in the back, which is just enough to slow him down so Deku can land and then go after him again. And fucking, if I'm correct, just flat out nails him.
Pretty much.
Body slams him into a construction area where...
Which a concerned citizen kind of pokes his head out. LaBrava's just like, hey, I got this camera, we're filming something, it's cool, everything's fine, don't worry about this. And she's like, this will probably only last a couple minutes, but I gotta try something. But this guy seems dumb enough to believe it, because throughout the rest of the fight, he is just watching and like, wow.
Yeah, and I love his question before.
What's it gonna be on?
Yeah, what channel? When's it gonna air? And it's like, yeah, no, that's very
accurate.
Yeah, and so they start. It turns out that sending him into a construction area was probably the wrong place to put him.
Now that gave him a bunch of things to bend and mold.
Yep, and bounce off of, and it turns this battle into kind of a struggle for Deku. Deku's strong, way stronger than Criminal is, but Criminal's faster, and he's used his ability more than Deku has.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty tough challenge. But for the most part, Deku seems to have a pretty good grasp on how to defeat him, which is when Gentle decides to use his heroic nature against him, much like villains tend to do, and threatens the life of one of the innocent civilians via one of the
steel beams.
Steel beams.
He's like, hey, guess what? We learn an interesting thing about his power. He's like, I don't have a power. He's like, my power doesn't involve turning off this elasticity. It's gonna do that on its own. But you know what happens to steel beams when they're bending and I've taken out all their screws? And then they regain their rigidity?
By the way, the shot of him taking out the screws.
Pulling out the gooey screw.
There's something weirdly satisfying
yeah.
about that, like, whoop. Haha, it's so cool. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's really neat. So it takes out the screws, and then it turns out that once it goes hard again, it breaks.
Yeah.
And it falls towards this innocent civilian. Of course, Deku goes out of his way to catch the steel beam, and then we find out, and I love that this is presented in almost a villainous way, where Gentle says, "I was never gonna let it fall on him. I would have made it rubber before it hit the ground." And I'm like,
he's like, that was just to trick you. I'm not gonna hurt somebody. Come on, what do you think I am?
A villain? Oh shit.
I think, like, I'm not sure. I don't know if does he ever specifically refer to himself as a villain? He says criminal. I don't know if he ever says villain. Really.
You know what?
Because I think he introduces himself as the criminal who will save the world or something like that.
He's doing his. So basically, what he is he's the anti-villain slash.
Yeah, he's like he gives me. He's not so much giving to the poor, but he gives me a Robin Hood-esque vibe of like, I'm disrupting the peace for the good of man.
And I love characters like that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% about characters like that.
He's a toothless stain, if you will.
I guess so, yeah. And also, did you catch a couple of things he said in this episode? About, like, he makes some mention of being, also when he was a student.
Yeah, he goes, when I, because this is kind of before they get to the construction site, but Deku's like, look, our school festival's this weekend. If anything amiss happens at all, they're shutting it down. We have been working for this for like a month straight. Please don't do this. He's like Deku's just like pleading with him. He's like, I get it. You want to make this big flashy entrance thing. Any day but today, dude. Please. Like, if an alarm goes off, we're all screwed. And he's like, well, hey, good news for you. LeBron says you can turn off the alarm. So, it's a win for both of us. He's like, no, that's even worse. Like, we need those.
Oh,
But he's like, but when I was a student, he's like, I've worked for a festival too. And he's like, I'm sure you've put your heart into this just like I used to.
Yeah.
But I have to do this. My what does he say? My chivalry and mustache or something won't let me not do this.
But that phrase makes it sound like he was also a UA student.
That was kind of a vibe I got, and I was gonna ask if that was maybe a thing, or perhaps place it as a prediction. Yeah, he does kind of imply, like, no, I get it. I was a student. I know what you're going through.
Yeah, and so he makes another statement later on that's very much implying that they've had a similar experience, or at least a similar background. But anyway, my favorite part of this entire thing though is again when he tells him that he was never going to let it fall on him, because that truly cements to you the kind of character that Gentle is.
Yeah, he is definitely not evil. Maybe some way dastardly, but certainly not evil.
Yeah, he has no interest in hurting innocent people, and that I think is really, really good.
Yeah.
I like characters like this, the ones who could cause a lot of damage but don't mean are it's hard to explain. There aren't a lot of characters like Gentle, and that's kind of why I dig him here.
A character is definitely not good, but also doesn't seem bad either.
Yeah. So he ends up running away again, and Deku is not having any of it.
So I don't know if I've really ever considered the amount of like just deadlift Deku has, but I feel like, and I know a steel beam is hella heavy, but knowing the kind of power he has, I was surprised he was having such a struggle to hold it up. Like, I don't know why.
Well, remember, 20% for him is really tough. He's been doing like 8%. Doing 20, that's what he's been like struggling to learn as of late.
Yeah, I guess all of his like crazy power moves are like instant impact. It's not a lift.
Yeah, he's having a lot of trouble here because he has to put it out through his whole body, not just one part for a moment.
That's fair.
So yeah, he's having a little bit of like at least a ton. Yeah, that might be right, and that is a lot.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
it was just my immediate thought was when he caught him, like, all right, and now you're just gonna like throw this bad boy at him and be done.
If he could use 20%, no problem. It's probably what he would have done. But here, he's at least enough to like hold it up with one hand and still do his. By the way, the concentration for that.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, he's got to focus 8 to 20% on his body, and then the 20. I think it's just 8% on his body actually.
Yeah.
Because the 20% he's only able to do like
finger.
Yeah, in short bursts. So I think he's using 8% in his body, and then he has to focus 20% into his finger and hit criminal. Fucking Deku out here doing the work.
Literally a technique he had to learn this morning.
Yeah. So fucking Deku's putting in the work and getting results, and we see him fucking hit Gentle Criminal again. And I think that's actually the end of the episode.
Yeah, he kind of like zooms after him after that.
Yeah.
But we kind of see him closing in and Gentle closing in on the school.
Oh, and La Brava.
La Brava says, "Should I use my quirk, Gentle?" And that's kind of where they end it. So no idea what her quirk is. I'm assuming something good.
You want to know what the funny part is? I forgot.
Ah.
I can't remember what Love Lover's fucking quirk is. By the way, her name is La Brava.
Okay.
Love Lover.
Gotcha.
That's what she was called in all the old manga translations before.
She a lover of love?
She's just the Love Lover.
Okay.
Which plays into her like La Brava, Love Lover. She loves. Yeah. She's in love. Also works very well with her outfit. But yeah, I completely forgotten what La Brava's.
I figured when she was like, "I'm a hacker," I was like, "Okay, she either doesn't have a quirk or her quirk is hacking." Got it. But if she's bringing it up in this context, I'm guessing that's not the case.
No. Also, some people in the chat like, "It's La Brava, not Love Lover," and I'm like, "I know."
Boom! Gotta catch them off guard with the knowledge, the trivia.
Yeah. I just find that name. I keep hearing it now because like.
Blah blah.
Yeah. Every time he says La Brava, I'm like, damn it. Knowing enough Japanese to know that he's legitimately saying love lover.
Yeah.
It's bugging the hell out of me.
Now that we know his power, it makes more sense to me with Gentle's one like little debut video where we see the whole convenience store he robbed like wiggling in the background.
Yep.
Now I get that. Okay, he just turned the whole thing elastic. Still kind of surprised that like, I mean, it's a good power, but like, what was it? 4 heroes there that he had to fight?
I think it was like 4 or 5.
Though I guess he told La Brava to turn off the camera, so maybe she used her quirk in conjunction, and maybe that's how he overpowered all those heroes.
Yeah, you know what? I actually am very curious. We'll see.
Yeah.
Also, I like that. Oh shoot! I saw something in the chat. Oh yeah. Somebody's saying we're gonna get the next arc in season 4. Oh. See, this is one of my favorite arcs. The one after this, also high tier.
Nice.
Also, like, you get a couple of really good arcs in a row here. So I'm very, very psyched for the next one because it's short, but it's real good.
Cool.
Also explains something that was in the movie.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, so, yep. In the meantime, yeah, I think that's basically it.
That's pretty much everything that happens in the episode.
Yeah.
The preview for the next one is they kind of purposely leave it vague because they don't want to tell you anything about what La Brava does and how like this interaction works out. What I do know, at least in the visuals, it looks like La Brava and Gentle are laying on the ground crying at each other. So I'm assuming they're going to get subdued or at least put in a pretty tough place for themselves within the next episode.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember how this part goes. It's been so long.
I keep forgetting this is My Hero, and most fights are done in an episode or two, so it's not a Dragon Ball or Naruto thing where it's like, all right, settle in for the next 8 episodes as we fight this villain we've been talking about.
Yeah, and man, I won't lie to you, I'm so happy we have seasonal anime.
Yes,
I just don't
very much so.
I don't know what I'd do if this were
as much as I think this season kind of suffered, seasonal anime has become the way I want all anime to be now.
Speaking of seasonal anime, have you heard what's happening with some shows in Japan because of the coronavirus?
No, actually.
So, unfortunately, the place where that the coronavirus is currently hitting its hardest is in Southeast Asia, and there are currently a lot of problems with keeping people healthy. Plenty of places in China have just flat out told children you cannot go to school. People need to stay home. This needs to die as quick. The coronavirus needs to
just be
eradicated as quickly as possible. So everything's being delayed. A lot of things are being some things are being canceled. Events are being canceled all over. It's pretty bad. Italy has shut down its schools. Says
yeah, I saw Italy.
I am not reading that name.
Too.
AAA1E2R3 says. Yeah, Italy has shut down its schools, which that's pretty nuts. It's even reached Connecticut. Oh shoot, we're going to Connecticut.
Not me.
Yeah, it's pretty rough out there right now. And I know I made a joke earlier, but do know that my jokes are to kind of deal with the terrible reality of the situation, which is
it's a laugh at the pain situation.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of that going on. Japan's closed schools.
I know they pulled out of a lot of gaming conventions and stuff. There have been a lot of Japanese companies that are like, we're not going to travel right now. We don't think that'd be safe for us or for other people.
We even have the problem of we may not have the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The Olympics being in Tokyo.
Yeah. If things don't get under control sooner rather than later, yeah, we won't have the Olympics for the first time in many years.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's a pretty rough situation all around. So for all of you guys, for anybody of you, out there who's currently dealing with these problems, because in Dallas, not much of a deal.
Yet. I know a couple neighboring cities have had something, but
we're not too worried about it out here. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not just a matter of like the coasts. We've got fucking airports that travel the entire world. We're all interconnected now. Mm-hmm. It's not much. There's not much you can do about it.
It's pretty tough to be isolationist at this point.
Yeah. So if you or somebody in your family or someone connected to you is dealing with coronavirus, whether or not it's they have it or they know people that do / they are dealing with the fallout from this shit.
Yeah.
Hey, heart goes out to you. It's pretty rough all world over right now. So,
anyway, to tie this back though, you were saying so I'm guessing this is like different animation places have probably been like, hey, don't come to work.
Yeah, a couple of places, a couple of animation studios.
Shut down production or delay some shows or something.
Yeah, they've had to shut down a lot of productions, because it's highly contagious.
No, yeah.
Like apparently it's super contagious. That's the big problem. So they're dealing with a whole lot, and apparently ReZero is apparently, which that's a really big show going on right now.
That's a show I've heard of, and as someone who, other than like kind of shonen stuff, does not pay attention to anime, it must be big if I know its name.
Yeah, it's been delayed. Again, most of these are just delays.
Yeah. I doubt they would full on cancel something because this is just something that needs to be dealt with like in a timely manner.
But in an industry where time is money, and it really is, delays are a big problem.
Yeah.
A lot of studios are going to face a lot of issues coming up here, and I think that more than anything, this is indicative of we need to do better with our healthcare. I think world over. But that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I know that's kind of a bummer note to leave off on. So, is Gentle not the most fun villain?
Gentle seems pretty great. I like him quite a bit. Trying to think if there's anything other tangentially related.
Have you heard him in the dub yet?
Very briefly. I think I heard like a scene. Not enough for me to really get a grasp on him, but it seemed good.
I've heard him. I heard him in the scene where he's...
I want to go back and watch the dub of Jiro singing now that I think about it.
Ooh. I wonder if did they replace her?
I don't know.
Hey, anybody in the chat, did they replace Jiro's singer for the dub in that one scene where she shows off her vocals? Because I'm really curious about that. Because honestly, it's the same song. Yeah, I imagined. Okay, didn't seem like there'd be much of a reason. Even if it was in Japanese, I don't know if they'd have changed it because, I mean, you've already got someone who's singing there, and, but yeah. So, boom. Yeah, John Gramillion as Gentle is
Gentle.
A+.
Has he been in other things? Like, is there something I would recognize him from?
The only thing that I immediately recognize his name from, and he's probably been in other stuff. Hey guys, tell me if he's been in anything big other than a One Piece.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's Dracul Mihawk.
Okay, I know the name Mihawk.
Yeah,
I think I'm familiar with that character.
Yeah, the moment I won't lie. The moment I heard Gramillion as Mihawk in One Piece, I fucking melted. His voice is so good.
Does he have an English accent in the
dub? Yeah, he does.
Nice.
It's very light, but it's it's still there.
Nice.
He's La Brava, cut to black, and I'm like, Gentle's voice can touch me gently anywhere it wants.
Yowza.
But I mean, they got as somebody who'd heard Mihawk, I was like, when I heard, he's playing.
Good call.
Yeah, because I feel like there was a lot of people they could have gone with, but I really want to get Connor to make a YouTube video where he's, all right, gentlemen, we're going to spill the tea. This is the motherfucking tea. Also, thanks for the 500 bits, Zamas Riley. But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's it.
Hey, just to fill a little bit of time here, talk a little bit more. Me and Chelsea started watching OG Dragon Ball because neither of us had seen it in like at least a decade. And hey, I still like OG Dragon Ball. Turns out, a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, OG Dragon Ball is the best Dragon Ball.
Pilaf's about to attempt to make a wish that will soon be interrupted.
Oh wow, you're really early on, huh?
Yeah, we just started it like on Saturday.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And just watched a bunch of episodes that day and yesterday.
Yeah, you're watching the dub?
Yes.
Yeah.
They refer to Poir as a girl, and I was very like, Poir's a boy, right?
Poir is a boy,
and I was like really confused because like 3 or 4 times Yamcha goes like, she can go over there and transform into something. And I'm like, that seems wrong. And looked it up, and sure enough, it's at least in the wiki or something, it was listed like male, and then in parentheses female for dub.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh, interesting.
Yeah. Some people brought up in one of the Kai episodes. Vegeta says, I will now breed the nearest female to prove you wrong. And it's a shot of Bulma and Poir. And some people in the fucking, in the comments were like, Poir, run! But yeah, Poir is technically male.
But yeah, watching it on Funimation, and completely forgot when Oolong transforms into a pig. You totally see his little pig pee-pee, and forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things to remember is that Oolong and Poir are children.
Yeah, I was gonna say Oolong is a kid at this point. Correct.
Yeah, Oolong's not older than 10.
Yeah, because when we were watching it, Chelsea was like, "It's pretty problematic that Oolong seems to be going after young girls in his weird village." I'm like, no, I think he's a child. He just, in the dub, has this voice, so it's really tough to think that.
Yeah, in the Japanese version, he sounds more like this.
Yeah, he was way higher voice and more nasally, kind of.
Yeah, I'm Oolong. Good to meet ya.
And Monster Carrot / Boss Rabbit, whatever his name was, he totally died when the moon blew up, right?
I mean...
Okay.
I don't know what else happened to him unless he suddenly got off there and stopped making mochi. He made a mochi rock. He got himself back to Earth.
I just want to know what happened to baby Gamela. We never see him again.
Gamela?
Yeah, the weird thing that Roshi rides to get.
Oh!
It's Gamera, but they call it Gamela.
Yeah, no, I do remember that actually. But yeah, he's a. I forgot that he even existed.
Yeah,
he does.
There's a lot of early Dragon Ball stuff that's like, oh yeah, this sets up a universe.
He does use him in Super. I forgot about that.
Oh, does he bring him?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
I forgot about
mind.
that. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
People saying they want Launch back. Hey, play Kakarot. She's actually got a pretty extended role in that game.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. There are a couple of quests that involve her and Tenshinhan, like that weren't anywhere close to it in the anime. So, but yeah.
Yeah, just thought you'd be interested in that. It's fun seeing original Dragon Ball again.
Yeah. Speaking of, I actually have been going back through GT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of on the opposite side of that spectrum. I've just been doing some retrospectives on it, looking through it, and remembering that wow, it's really bad.
Yeah.
I don't like shitting on people who like GT. That's wrong. But I cannot say that GT is good.
It has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And the things I like about it, I think I like more on paper than in their execution.
Oh,
I think GT has a lot of really good ideas, and it does a lot of stuff that I really respect in as far as like being willing to take, I don't know, risks maybe is the word I'm looking for. But like they're just like, we're gonna do something weird with this, and I think that's cool. But
doing weird, crazy things was fun. And I can't help but appreciate the fact that they tried to change up the formula, but they tried to regress the formula, really. They tried to go back, and you can't just
And then it's like when they realized that didn't work, they're like, well, then we'll just make this kind of Z again where it's just one big fight after another. Hey! And like they don't do that very well either.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, they try to remind you what you liked about original Dragon Ball, and they sort of drop the ball on it. They go like, well, fine, then we'll just make more Z, but everyone's even stronger now. And they kind of don't do that as well either.
Primarily because, and I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a single fight in all of GT that's actually well choreographed or animated. Sometimes the animation's pretty good. There's a fight between Vegeta and like Goten and Gohan after they've been
babyfied.
That looks really cool. It's one of the best looking scenes in all of GT. It's also only in the Baby Saga, and everything after it like is nothing ever looks that good.
I remember thinking there was some good stuff with the Omega Shenron fight, but I'd be lying if I told you I remember.
There's a couple of cool parts. Also, like Super Saiyan 4 looks really cool.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I still think some of the coolest stuff Dragon Ball ever gets to do, and it's so fun and dumb, where it's just like, I'm so strong, I couldn't last the 30 minutes. I was too powerful, I broke fusion, it had to make me stop existing in 5 minutes.
Also, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like this big buff, like, I don't know how to explain it, but he kind of just looks like he's a boss, you know?
Yeah.
There's something about the way he's designed, and, like, the fact that his fur is more of a brownish red.
Yeah.
Like, it's a combination of the full-on red and the purple red that Vegeta and Goku have, respectively. And he just comes out looking really cool. I remember seeing him like, oh, man, okay, this is the Gogeta I want.
Yeah. I don't know where his red hair comes from on top of his head, but I think it looks rad.
Yeah, no, it looks good. So it was frustrating because every time I look at GT, I'm like, oh, look at all these cool things. And then I watch GT, and it's awful.
I definitely believe my love for GT spawns from I love its ideas.
Yeah.
And then watching it, I'm like, oh, but...
How could you not love every wish that has been made on the Dragon Balls?
Yes! That's such a cool idea. I think that's so good. And it makes the whole series feel like it led to something.
Precisely.
And I was like, that's great.
Put the Dragon Ball back in Dragon Ball.
Exactly. That's really cool. And it's sad because of how many cool things I think it just doesn't do quite well. And even though it kind of isn't great, I love the idea of like the concept of Baby being this kind of generations-long revenge quest of the race the Saiyans wiped out. Like that's awesome.
Oh man,
I want more stuff from that.
You know what would have made the series better? If Goku and Vegeta had not been in it.
Yeah.
Leave it to Goten, Gohan, to Videl and Pan, and leave it to all those characters who have to clean up after messes left behind by their parents.
Okay, so here's how I think I could have made a GT/Super like post Z series that I think I would have liked that would have worked like fit both worlds. Goku and Vegeta are off-world collecting the Black Star Balls or whatever. So you have them occupied, and they get to go on fun adventures where their strength is not what helps them in situations. They have to figure things out. Meanwhile, Earth is being attacked by whatever things, and we need Trunks, Goten, Pan, basically the B Squad, to be there to protect it. So they get to do action and fight stuff that we don't really get to see, and Goku and Vegeta are busy doing adventure stuff that is just Vegeta being a foil to Goku's goofy, I'm having a good time.
I won't lie to you. I would have killed to see Pan just step up and be the successor of Goku.
Yeah.
Like, Pan at the end of Dragon Ball Z, at the end of the manga, is very strong, very fun, totally adorable. Why couldn't she just step up and be like, yep, nope, I'm
a fighter. I'm a cool girl fighter.
Yeah, I'm here to step up for where my dad was, and I think that would have been really cool. I think that would have been great. And it's not, and anybody thinks, oh, it's just because it's a girl. No, Pan was great at already shaping up to be the successor to Goku.
It was this fun new generation of a character who really wants to be a good martial artist. Which had to completely skipped Trunks, Gohan, and Goten.
Because Gohan's story by the end of the fucking manga was done.
Yeah.
Like, he had his chance to have something greater than what he had, and nope. Meanwhile, Goten and Trunks...
and Trunks were just kind of like teen boys.
You could have given them something, but they didn't.
And the only reason they ever cared about martial arts was because their parents essentially forced it on them.
By the way, there's a conversation about Cinema Sins in the chat. Cinema Sins is bad. They call it a joke, but then they make a lot of legitimate arguments, and they do not discern what the difference is between the legitimate arguments and the joke arguments. When you don't actually disseminate between what is the joke argument and what's the real argument, you've basically just made a confusing, muddled mass of bullshit. Cinema Sins sucks. Don't defend them.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I haven't seen them. So
if you like them, that's fine. If you think they're funny, that's fine. They have actually made discourse worse by absolutely
by muddling what is
by muddling,
and what is criticism.
Because they've made people think that nitpicking a film to death is a legitimate way to criticize a movie. And again, people say, well, it's a joke. Well, again, I know when I hear a joke. I don't know when they're joking there. Like, there's no differentiation. So it's not
satire.
Good. Like, I've seen some bad satire that is exactly what it's trying to satire. I've seen the things that their message was supposed to be, don't do this, but also look how good this is.
But look at how we can do it.
Yeah,
it's the classic video game thing that makes me angry when the character rolls their eyes and goes, not another tutorial level, and then you have to play a tutorial level.
Oh, it's yeah.
Fuck you. You can't say that and act like you're not guilty of it.
Yeah, don't fucking lampshade it like that makes it better. That doesn't make it better. No. Damn. Sorry. I sometimes I say things with authority and
Scott, how dare you have an opinion?
I know.
Express it in a bit of an aggressive way on a microphone.
I don't like being that guy. I was that guy my entire life. I was that guy my entire life.
See, now you have me here, and I'm going to try and pull that guy back. Because I like that guy.
But yeah, so Cinema Sins.
If you don't like what I like, you're dumb and terrible. Boom.
Yeah. That's been our relationship, really. But yeah, no. So yeah, Cinnamon Sins.
Cinnamon Sins.
Cinnamon Sins sucks.
That's the bakery down the street.
You know what? I would absolutely eat at a place called Cinnamon Sins. Cinnamon Sins sucks. Castlevania we'll be talking about this week.
Ooh.
So if I won't be. It's gonna be Zito, Lanny, and Brian. But since I won't be on that. My take on season 3 of Castlevania is that it's animated very incredibly, unbelievably well. It's probably one of its best looking seasons thus far. It's got some of its best character writing, but unfortunately has some of its worst actual narrative writing.
Oh, okay.
Which it's unfortunate. And it's not just because it's the bleakest of the 3 seasons. It is by far the bleakest out of the 3 seasons so far.
I hear there's quite a bit of nudity.
And
a gay sex scene.
bi sex scene.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bisexual sex scene, which I was very surprised to see.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, the season feels not nihilistic, cynical, bleak. It is harsh because the first 2/3 of it build you up, and then the last third of it knocks you the fuck back down. It is not interested in giving you hope. It is. And it's one of those things that made Game of Thrones a little bit difficult for me. You know, besides the plot going to total shit.
Just how grim it was all the time.
Yeah, that did make it tough.
No, I can totally get that.
And
you gotta have a little bit of levity somewhere.
I'm finding that the same thing is holding true with Castlevania Season 3. But yeah, there's like, in one episode, like 2 sex scenes are happening at the same time. And it's some spicy stuff. It is, wow.
Not to keep extending or not talking about My Hero in our My Hero review video, but the most 2 recent episodes of Steven Universe Future, I actually really liked. They kind of came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard anything about.
I know what you mean
happening.
though. I know.
And then like all of a sudden I like go on Twitter and I see tonight Steven Universe Future 2 new episodes back to back. I'm like, oh wow.
And not only. And I won't spoil anything for anybody who hasn't been able to watch, at least, if not the last 2 episodes of Steven Universe, then the entire season, because I know that there are a lot of people who haven't been able to watch Future.
It's also been super scattershot when it comes out.
A little bit, actually. They're doing their bomb thing again, but they actually were pretty good about solid couple weeks of episodes,
and then,
break.
Yeah.
So and now they're doing a couple solid weeks of episodes.
I didn't know that's how it's going.
Apparently this is it.
Yes, I did hear that this is going to be the final run of Steven Universe, period.
Yeah. But not to spoil anything. Wow!
These 2 episodes specifically were really got me.
The first one was interesting generally just because I know what it's like to have a friendship and freaking out a little bit about losing that friendship, and also the dream stuff was like real good.
Yeah.
And then that other episode, I wasn't expecting this ship.
I love this ship, though.
Yeah, actually, I do too, and I'm hoping that the show is gonna lean into it. I hope this is a setup for something because I would have never expected this one. But they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Blank has a crush on Blank." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and I was into it. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm not usually a shipper guy, but when the show sets it up, when the show is literally like, "By the way, how about that?" And I'll be like, I like that. Yeah. That's good. That's some good shit.
See what you did there.
So, Pipkin Cody with the 500 bits. Just the bits. Just the bits.
Just them bits. Thank you.
But yeah, so, time is it? Yep, I think it's about that time.
Oh,
hey, chaps.
Right. Sounds good to me. Thanks so much for hanging out. This has been another episode of Talking About My Hero Academia.
For half an hour, and a bunch of other shit for the other half hour.
Hey, it's what happens.
Hey, you know what? It's because we only have one Talkcast pod show a week. We don't have time to talk about the other shit, so we just use the second half of this bullshit to do it.
I'm not on a bunch of gaming stuff anymore, so I actually have things to talk about. I don't use them all on a microphone before we get here.
You know what? I'm more than okay with this being like the just fucking...
The catch-all?
The catch-all segment, so... Thank you all so much for joining us. Again, I always love talking about My Hero, and I always love talking about how much I hate CinemaSins, so this has been a great opportunity for me.
Oh, all terrific.
Anything you'd like to say before we head out?
Nothing specifically from me.
All right.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands, you nasties.
Clean your keyboards. Wipe down your phones. Be clean.
I've actually been like way more conscious about that. I've been cleaning my keyboard. I bought a new keyboard.
I would say I've been more conscious. I haven't quite gone to the length of I saw one of my friends using like a tissue to open doors and stuff. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but I have just been more about cleaning.
When I'm out in public, I try to wash my hands before I sit down for a meal. Try not to reach into my mouth too often. Frankenstein's Gate with 39 months, by the way. Oh, hey, my sub-anniversary, too. I'm impressed how long you guys have been at this every time I get
one of these. Keep up the great work. I'm
excited to see what you've got in the works. Heart. But yeah, I like to wash my hands as often as I can. I usually like to dry them on people's faces, though, so it's...
I was actually going to say that I keep seeing the wash your hands, don't touch your face. Good at the washing my hands part. I have a terrible habit of touching my face very frequently.
Yeah, no, so I'm over here like,
yeah, that's just went through most of my general motions if I'm not paying attention to myself. So
just touching my face. Although, if anybody else touches my face, like especially, like I don't mind so much if somebody, if I'm intimate with somebody and somebody touches my face, but if somebody touches my face
without your permission,
without my fucking permission, or just like to be like, oh, you got something on your face, I will recoil and I might slap you. Just so you know, I had somebody do that at the fucking con I was at. Somebody tried something, and for the first time in my life, I struck somebody.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well, they fucking they
Kaiser Neko assaults fan at local convention.
Wasn't it? It was not a fan, by the way.
Assaults con worker.
It was a person I knew.
Assaults friend, close and personal friend.
But in my arm worked with that. Like I was like, whoa. and they just
my brain.
And they backed off, and I was like, I'm sorry. Please don't touch me without permission. And they're like, gotcha, understood, sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, it was one of those moments of like, okay, all right. We've established something here. We've established boundaries. That's good. Don't touch people without their permission. That's an important thing. And I'm gonna leave you on that. Don't touch people without their permission.
That's a message to go out on, kids.
Yeah.
Don't touch people without their permission.
You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you around. Bye.
See ya.